My name is Carolyn Capern. I'm a social media strategist. I own a company in Orlando called CT Social, and I have irrevocably linked in my mind social media, film, and healthcare. And it's all because of this guy. Fred Holliday was my professor at American University in the fall of 2008, and he taught me Reflections of American Society on Stage and Screen. After his illness, when we were talking about the lessons that he taught us, we all talked about the importance of film. And so I am here to talk about my favorite show, The Office, which shows, in this episode, Dunder Mifflin Infinity, a really kind of merging of technology into the workforce in a way that really disrupted the processes at the office of Dunder Mifflin Scranton. Ryan, the temp, tried to introduce a new website, new Blackberries, all this stuff into the workflow, and it really started to confuse some of the members of the older generation of the office. They didn't know what to do, and it set up a conflict between the business as usual mentality of Michael, the manager, and the new-fangled ways of Ryan, the new VP at corporate. But is there really that big a gap? That's what I keep asking myself. I talk about social media with people all the time, almost 24/7. And the two biggest things I hear is that Twitter is pointless. It's a place where people post what they had for breakfast in the morning, and people who think that social media is magic and will get you pretty much whatever you want in business. The truth is a lot simpler. It's about being social. It's about enjoying what you have and being available to people in a way that means something to them. It's about building relationships. This is one of the most important things I try to emphasize when I talk to my clients. It's about human connections developed online, just much the same as you would in a bar. You know, the only difference is there's no geographic gap. It's also about creating value, about being an authority in your industry. It's about whether that's about video or writing or poetry, it doesn't matter. It's just about giving people what they need to hear. It's also about emotional connections. People go on social media for entertainment primarily. They go on to look for information, certainly. They go on to look for support. But they want to feel something when you post. And that means that it's important to choose the right medium. I love this quote. It's about finding the meaning in a medium with the right message. Not every social network is created equal. You shouldn't be trying to do the same things on Pinterest that you're trying to do on Twitter. It doesn't work. But effectively, social media means, and computers mean that in the silence where we've lost these stories, we put them in. The stories are something that we create. It's a value that we create. And when we're talking about healthcare on the web, we all want to ask effectively the same question as patients, and that's what's happening to me and what can I do about it? We're looking for this understanding, this sense of a story. And my jacket, Media Matters, has 70s TV characters from all different shows that talk about healthcare. These are other shows and movies that talk about the same thing. We've got President Bartlett from the West Wing talking about his MS to 50-50 and cancer. We've also got other media where we find understanding. We've got art, and this happens to be a piece I particularly like because it's a piece of art that describes books. And I imagine there's actually some people in the room who are actually in this painting. And of course, we've got the artist over here. So we're online. We've got our art, we've got our books, we've got our film, we've got our social networks. We're talking about this. Who is listening? And that's something that we do have to ask on a regular basis because you don't want this sense that you're pushing your message out into the void. But it does help when we can define what we want out of social media. Defining these goals allows us to find this sense of meaning, whether that's listening, whether that's the ability to speak, whether it's just the ability to meet. So back at Dunder Mifflin, Michael has tried to persuade us that the right way to do business is with gift baskets, and computers, unfortunately, Michael's dysfunctional relationship with computers put him in a lake. And it ruined the gift baskets and it ruined everything, and he was left watching as technology was sweeping away his vision of his company. He was confused, he was bewildered. I don't think that anyone in this room is likely to be left watching as that happens. This is the most phenomenal social media gathering I've ever attended. But I just want to say it's a very great honor to be here. Remember the value in what you do. Thank you so much.